Derek Jones, and today I'm going to show you how to change spark plugs on a 2013 Hyundai Elantra. This is the same from the 2011 to the 2016. For the most part, it's pretty easy. We'll just go through it real quick.
All right, here's our engine. First thing we got to do is remove this cover. We're just going to grab it on the two sides and give it a tough pull. Now, I couldn't really film that because I only have one hand, but you can see these are just pressure grommets. The lugs just pull right up and it pops right off. And here we have our spark plug ignition coils. And you'll notice these little plugs have little gray tabs. These tabs, we're gonna have to use a screwdriver and flip these up. Once you get the tab up, you can just pull it off. And you just wanna make sure that tab stays up before you put it back on. All right, once you get them off, we can, I believe it's a 10 millimeter, I'll double check that. We're gonna pull these ignition coils. I'm just using this cheap power torch set. I really like it. It's inexpensive, but extremely effective. So it is a 10 millimeter, so we're just gonna pop the screw loose. They shouldn't be in there too tight. And I like to remove the bolts and just put them somewhere where I won't forget them. So now the ignition coils should just wiggle out. They're not too hard, but they take just a little bit of force to get out. So there's the first one. All right, so I pulled all the ignition coils. This debris out of here. Now what you need, I like to use these magnetic spark plug sockets. You can get them in my store below. The reason I like them is they actually hold on to the plug with the magnet. All right, so now I'm gonna start removing the plug with this magnetic socket. It makes it really easy. After a couple twists, it gets really easy to take it out. I'm gonna take out all four, even though some may be good. It's better, this car has 80,000 miles, it's better just to replace it now. This plug doesn't look that bad. Okay, I've removed all four sockets, and I cannot tell you how convenient this magnetic socket is. Again, it's available in my link below.
All right, so now we'll start putting our plugs back in. Pretty easy.
Just put the new plug in, the magnetic socket holds it in place. And we just put it in. And you want to be careful threading it the first go. I usually do it by hand. When it grabs hold, a couple of quick turns and just tight. You don't need to go over tight, you'll break them. So just snug. Okay, so I got all the plugs back in place, so I'll put the ignition coils back in. They just cinch down. You want to make sure you line them up with the hole. Save yourself a little work later. Now, sometimes these can be the problem. It might be wise to replace it with about 100,000 miles, but I'm not going to do that today. And I'll start putting the screws back in. You want to be careful not to drop those washers. And cinch them down. And again, these only need to be snug. You don't want to over tighten them. You'll break the housing really easy. Just snug. And then I'll use my 10 millimeter socket to tighten them down. And just snug. We're not going to go tight at all. Just snug. Okay, so I got all the bolts back in. Now I'll hook them back up. And once you hook them all up, don't forget to put those little clips back down so they hang on. Now we'll put the cover back on. And all you have to do is just press down and the cover snaps in place, and that's it.
All right, pretty easy. Anybody can do that. Like I said, a couple tools you need, a couple supplies, and they're available in my store below. Check it out. Do me a favor and subscribe if you like the channel. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.